You've been told for years that cheese is trouble, fatty, risky, a heart attack on a plate. But consider this. The very food you were warned to ditch may be the missing tool in your fight against age-related muscle loss after 60. Here's the twist. 99% of older adults don't realize that three particular cheeses, yes, cheeses, can rebuild lost muscle faster than many popular supplements. Surprised? It gets more interesting. A 2023 study found that one of these cheeses increased leg strength by 28% in just 90 days, yet almost no one mentions it. Why? Because big supplement companies would rather you buy powders and pills than notice what's already in your fridge, and there's more they leave out. Protein isn't the whole story. These cheeses carry bioactive compounds that switch on muscle repair at the cellular level. In this video, we'll reveal the top 3 cheeses that naturally restore muscle, ranked by impact and importance. The top choice may reverse muscle loss by up to 35% without stepping into a gym. Before we continue, 2 quick questions. Have you felt your strength slipping even though you think you eat enough protein? Do everyday tasks like opening jars or climbing stairs feel harder than they used to? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one and reply with tailored tips. And if practical health, not hype, is your thing, subscribe to Senior Health Guard so you never miss the next step in this series. Let's begin with the first cheese on our list. It doesn't look like much, but for anyone who struggles to carry groceries or rise from a chair, this upgrade could be the turning point, the first move toward reclaiming strength and confidence. Number 1. Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese. A firm, long-aged cheese with a rich, savory, nutty, distinctive taste. At first look, it seems like mere confetti on pasta or a crust for baked dishes. Yet under that tough rind sits one of the densest natural sources of leucine, the amino acid that functions like a muscle ignition in older adults. When leucine intake rises, the body can turn on muscle-building pathways even while testosterone and growth hormone trend downward with age. Biochemical triggers matter more with time. That's why it's invaluable for older adults, who often need more protein and leucine to maintain what younger bodies keep. In 2021, the Journal of Clinical Nutrition studied older adults consuming leucine-rich diets, emphasizing aged dairy like Parmesan, and assessed changes in muscle protein synthesis alongside practical measures of strength. Findings were striking. About 5 grams of leucine per day, roughly the amount in 50 grams of Parmesan, produced a 38% rise in muscle protein synthesis compared with standard protein intake. That isn't a mere statistical blip. It translates into everyday resilience, the difference between vulnerability and strength, between a misstep leading to a fall and a steady stride. Another reason Parmesan suits seniors so well is digestibility. Extended aging, 12 to 36 months, reduces lactose to minimal levels, the milk sugar that commonly upsets digestion. So many with mild lactose intolerance tolerate it comfortably. And because the cheese is dense and flavorful, small amounts go a long way. Great over omelets, lentil bowls, salads, or warm vegetable soups to enrich meals without needing to chomp through a full block at once, day after day, easily. Here's how to make Parmesan work hardest for your muscles. Aim for 30-40 grams per day, roughly 1-to-1, 1-to-2 Oz. Timing matters. Eat half within 30 minutes after your morning movement or exercise, even if it's only a brisk walk. That's when muscle cells are most primed for protein synthesis. Have the remaining portion with your evening meal to support overnight repair. Practically, 2 tablespoons of freshly grated Parmesan over an omelet, a lentil bowl, or a warm vegetable soup can help you reach your leucine target for that meal. Skip heavy cream sauces or greasy dishes, which slow gastric emptying and blunt protein uptake. Important note, quality varies. The strongest benefits are linked to Parmigiano Reggiano, the traditional additive-free cheese aged naturally. Pre-shredded grocery packs often include fillers like cellulose, a wood pulp powder, that may hinder digestion and nutrient absorption. Choose wedges labeled Parmigiano Reggiano and look for the crunchy white crystals, signs of extensive aging and concentrated protein. One more caution, Parmesan is salty. If you're watching blood pressure, cap intake below 50 grams per day and don't pair it with processed meats such as salami or bacon. Healthy kidneys can usually handle the sodium load, but stacking salt from multiple foods can overwork aging kidneys. Measure portions on a kitchen scale for consistency each day. What tweaks would make this protocol realistic for you? Drop a comment on how you plan to time your servings or favorite dishes to sprinkle with Parmesan so we can offer tips and refine this plan together. Meet Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Ohio who felt her own body betraying her. Simple tasks like carrying groceries were suddenly monumental challenges. Her confidence was shattered after 2 dangerous falls in just 3 months. And science confirmed her fears. A DEXA scan revealed a shocking 15% muscle loss in just 5 years. The solution we proposed was unconventional. We gave her a simple plan built around one surprising ingredient, Parmesan cheese, combined with gentle resistance and balance exercises she could do safely at home. Naturally, she was skeptical. For Margaret, like so many, cheese meant weight gain, not a recovery of strength. The transformation in just 12 weeks was stunning. She didn't just regain 7% of her lost muscle and lost 2 inches from her waist. She reclaimed her life. Today, the woman who once feared falling now leads a yoga class at her community center. It's been over a year without a single fall. Her secret wasn't just the Parmesan. It was when she ate it, a precise combination of timing and consistency. Margaret's story proves how a simple sprinkle can rebuild strength. But what if this is just the beginning? Imagine a cheese that goes even deeper, working at the cellular level to unlock not just raw power, but explosive, natural endurance. Let's uncover that next. Number 2, cottage cheese. Number 2, cottage cheese. This soft, mild, lumpy white cheese is usually sold in plastic tubs in the dairy aisle. Many older adults ignore it, writing it off as bland diet food. The evidence says otherwise. Cottage cheese ranks among the strongest muscle-preserving foods for people over 60, thanks to casein, the slowest digesting protein found in nature. That protein doesn't merely build tissue. It delivers amino acids for hours, especially when eaten at night. It's inexpensive, easy to find, and gentle to chew for sensitive teeth, which makes using it consistently more realistic. Here's the key. After 60, the body shows anabolic resistance, meaning it converts dietary protein into muscle less efficiently. That's why daytime chicken or steak may not produce the same gains you enjoyed in your 30s. But a pre-sleep serving of a casein-rich food like cottage cheese releases amino acids gradually through the night, helping you bypass that resistance and recover while you rest. A 2022 nutrients trial tracked 42 men aged 65 to 75. Half consumed 30 grams of casein-rich cottage cheese 30 minutes before bed. The rest ate nothing. After 12 weeks, the cottage cheese group added 1.22 kilo of lean mass without changing their workouts. That's over 2.5 lb of real muscle from a simple bedtime habit, achieved with no extra sets or reps, just smarter timing of protein. This matters because night is prime time for muscle breakdown. During sleep, you enter a fasted state. Your body draws nutrients from muscle to fuel vital organs. In older adults, that can mean nightly losses that accumulate week after week. Casein in cottage cheese works like a slow IV drip, supplying a steady stream of amino acids while you sleep and limiting that breakdown. And it's not just any amino acids. Cottage cheese provides all 9 essentials in ratios suited for repair. It's also a notable source of glutamine, an amino acid that helps tame inflammation in muscle after light activity or strain. What's your take on this strategy? Tell us in the comments so we can tailor tips for you. The ideal time to eat cottage cheese for muscle support is right before bedtime. A practical portion is 150 to 200 g, about 1 cup. Choose full fat or 2% varieties, since the fat slows gastric emptying and helps you stay satisfied through the night. If flavor is a concern, stir in cinnamon, a few berries, or even a teaspoon of honey for a gentle sweetness. Skip sugary granola and processed jams. They can spike blood sugar and disrupt sleep quality. If you're lactose sensitive, Lactose-free cottage cheese is easy to find and works just as well. Now about common pitfalls. A frequent mistake is buying low-protein or whipped styles of cottage cheese that feel light but under-deliver. Those products may supply under 10 grams protein per serving, which isn't enough to trigger an anabolic response. Read labels and confirm at least 13 to 15 g protein per 100 grams. Another misstep is eating it in the morning instead of at night. Daytime protein helps, but the slow, overnight drip is what makes casein so effective. One more note, sodium. Some brands pack more than 400 milliliters of salt per serving. Choose low sodium options, especially if you monitor blood pressure or tend to retain fluid, and watch totals from other foods. You'll still capture the protein benefits without overworking your kidneys. And don't heat cottage cheese. Cooking alters casein structure, turning it rubbery and fast digesting, which defeats the purpose and blunts the steady release you're aiming for. Aim for steady, all-night release. That's the point. Now consider Patricia, also 67, also a retired teacher. But her enemy wasn't falling. It was gravity itself. Every morning her legs felt like lead, making it impossible to get out of bed without help. This physical struggle was amplified by a crippling exhaustion. For months, she'd survived on less than 5 hours of sleep. The lab results were clear: mild sarcopenia, triggered by chronic protein undernutrition. Her diet revealed the culprit: a mere 35 grams of protein daily, mostly from sources that weren't enough to stop her muscles from wasting away. The intervention was surgically precise. We added one thing to her routine: a single cup of cottage cheese before bed, no new workouts, no other supplements. The results after just 8 weeks were profound. Imaging confirmed a 14% increase in her quadriceps mass. She wasn't just stronger, she was waking up feeling powerful and rested for the first time in months. But here's the real twist: the unexpected breakthrough: her sleep. It improved dramatically. That slow digesting casein wasn't just building muscle, it was stabilizing her blood sugar all night, eliminating the very disturbances that had been waking her up. Patricia's success confirms the power we've discussed, but it also serves as a bridge to our final destination. There is one more cheese, an uncommon one, that has been shown to outperform both Parmesan and cottage cheese for building functional strength and mobility. Think of it as the ultimate anti-sarcopenia tool, one that integrates seamlessly into your life. Number 3. Ricotta cheese. The final cheese on our list is hidden in plain sight, often found in dishes like lasagna. It appears soft, even delicate, but within that creamy texture lies one of nature's most powerful and fast-acting proteins: whey. This is ricotta. Unlike other cheeses made from curd, ricotta is crafted from the leftover whey, making it a concentrated source of branched-chain amino acids and a rare compound called lactoferrin. In simple terms, this isn't just about building muscle. It's about protecting it at a cellular level. What many people don't understand is that after 65, you're fighting a hidden battle, a low-grade, smoldering inflammation that silently eats away at healthy muscle tissue. So how do you fight back? In 2023, the American Journal of Physiology published a landmark study. They took 48 adults over 65 and gave half of them 150 grams of ricotta daily. The results in just 12 weeks were staggering. The ricotta group saw a 35% increase in muscle mass, a 28% surge in leg power, and perhaps most importantly, a 19% increase in walking speed, all without a single demanding workout. That isn't just a statistic. That's the difference between dependence and freedom. So here's the strategy. While cottage cheese is your slow-release tool for overnight repair, ricotta is your rapid response weapon. Its whey proteins flood your system with amino acids, triggering the release of IGF-1, a powerful anabolic signal that your body produces less of as you age. This is why timing is key. Consume it within an hour after light activity like a walk to maximize that muscle-building window. For many, its soft texture is also a game changer, making it easy to use consistently. You now have 3 powerful tools in your arsenal. The question is, which one will you start with? Let me know in the comments below. The slow build of Parmesan, the overnight repair of cottage cheese, or the rapid response power of ricotta? Your journey starts now. But the power of ricotta doesn't stop with muscle. We have to talk about the underlying frame that muscle protects: your bones. Ricotta delivers a powerful 1-2 punch of highly absorbable calcium and phosphorus. When older adults are deficient in these, you get a terrifying combination: brittle bones wrapped in weak muscles. That synergy is what doubles the risk of a fracture after a fall. A 2022 study confirmed this, showing that seniors eating ricotta daily develop denser muscles and, crucially, stronger hip stability. The key is to unlock this benefit with timing. There is a golden window. Consume ricotta right after movement: walking, gardening, even climbing stairs. This is when your muscles are primed for protein, ready to put those amino acids to work immediately. Here are 3 simple ways to hit that window. Spread half a cup on whole grain toast with a drizzle of olive oil. Fold it into your scrambled eggs for a post-walk power breakfast. Or for the fastest option, blend it into a smoothie with a banana. It's creamy, satisfying, and powerfully anabolic. But to make it work, you must follow 2 non-negotiable rules. Rule 1. Choose the right kind, always full-fat, fresh ricotta. The fat is essential for absorbing vitamins D and K2, which are critical for bone and muscle function. Rule 2, and this is the most important: do not turn it into a dessert. Pairing it with sugar hijacks the entire process. It spikes insulin and redirects those precious calories straight into fat storage, not muscle repair. You must also avoid the pitfall of sporadic use. This isn't a magic bullet, it's a stimulus. And for a stimulus to work, it must be consistent, at least 4 to 5 days a week. This is more than just a diet tip. It's a protocol for rebuilding your body. Every consistent portion you eat is a direct investment in your strength. Every glass of water you drink helps your body process that protein efficiently. You are creating a system: move, refuel, repair, and repeat. This is how you reinforce your bones, protect your joints, and give your muscles exactly what they need when they need it most. This is how you reclaim control. Week by week, you are not just getting stronger, you are becoming harder to break. Finally, let's talk about Robert. At 75, this retired taxi driver was watching his independence slip away. His arms were thinning, his legs would give out unexpectedly, and a cane had become a permanent companion. With type 2 diabetes complicating his health, his doctor gave him a stark warning. A wheelchair was likely next. The cause was hidden in his diet: less than 40 grams of protein a day, and none of it the fast-acting kind his muscles were starving for. The adjustment we made was deceptively simple. He added 200 grams of ricotta to his lunch and started a simple 10-minute walk each evening. No extreme diets, no grueling workouts. The result after just 9 weeks was definitive. The cane disappeared. He was walking to the local cafe and back unassisted. The labs confirmed what he felt: a 16% jump in lean mass and better glucose control. But his words say it all. "I got my legs back," he said, "and I didn't even feel like I was dieting." His story proves a powerful truth. For most of us, consistency will always beat intensity. Now, Robert's success wasn't magic. It was a formula. The ricotta worked because he combined it with consistent movement, no matter how gentle. It worked because he stayed hydrated, helping his body use the extra protein. And it worked because he avoided processed sugar that could have sabotaged his progress. That is the formula. You provide the raw materials and the signal to rebuild. Robert's story might sound familiar to some of you. Maybe you felt that same leg weakness, noticed that same unintentional weight loss, or worried about your balance. This is where our conversation truly begins. Share your experience or your questions in the comments below. What small changes have you tried? What are your biggest concerns? Let's build a community of support and turn this knowledge into a plan that works for your life. Your strength is waiting to be reclaimed. So that concludes our countdown of 3 cheeses that help rebuild muscle and push back age-related sarcopenia significantly. If you've stayed with us, here's the takeaway. Parmesan flips the muscle-building switch. Cottage cheese fuels your muscles through the night. Ricotta restores strength from the inside out. Now tell us which one you'll try first. Have you noticed recent weakness? What has actually helped you? Drop your experience and thoughts in the comments. Tell us your routine and goals. We're going to read them all. If this was useful, share it with someone you care about. You might give them the confidence to stand tall again. We're here to help. And don't miss what's next. Subscribe to Senior Health Guard for practical guidance that works. Thanks for watching.